Well, welcome, friends. My name is Stephen Atkins, and today I would like to this is one of our very first podcast on today's Muslim Challenge. And today's Muslim Challenge basically is for our Muslim friends, is about the story of Moses and Haman. And I was inspired by a good friend of mine, Alex, who has done a Bible Quran comparison. And when you take the Bible and the Quran and compare them, we see that there are some similarities, but also that there are very significant differences. And when we look at some of the narrations in the Bible and compare them with the Quran, you really wonder whether or not you are reading the same story. Names may be the same, but the stories are completely different. And one of them is basically the story of Moses and Haman. Moses and Haman? You've got to be kidding. Wait a minute. Moses lived in Egypt, and Haman lived in Persia. Moses lived around 1500 BC, and Haman lived around 500 BC. What is all this about? Well, let's take a look at the Quran for a moment, and we can see that basically that the Quran is a book of total confusion. It really is about Haman. Haman is associated in the book of in the Quran is associated with Pharaoh, who lived at the time of Moses. The Pharaoh who lived at the time of Moses. And we find by reading these verses in the Quran, you can see it over there on my right, I hope. I'm still getting used to making videos and trying to tell the difference between the right and left on when I'm looking at something. But anyways, you can see the 6 times that Haman is mentioned. And each time it seems that he is mentioned with Pharaoh and that he's asked to build a tower. Is that a confusion with the Tower of Babel? I kind of think it might be. But, so just let's examine this for a moment. Okay? The biblical account is basically that Moses lived and confronted Pharaoh and the magicians in Egypt around 1500 BC. And I see I made a tiny little spelling mistake. I should have lived. But be that as it may, this is again a learning process. Esther lived in Persia and confronted Haman around 500 BC. So let's look at this very briefly, shall we? There is a difference of 2,600 kilometers between Egypt and Persia, approximately, maybe 2,500 kilometers. But it is an incredible distance. And of course, there is 1,000 years between the two events. As I mentioned earlier, you look at what, as we can see here, that basically that Moses lived around 1500 BC, and Haman lived around and Esther lived around 500 BC. So what do we do with this? I mean, this is an incredible problem for the Quran, and the Torah, where we find the narration and the narration of Moses confronting Pharaoh. Excuse me. Haman is just not mentioned. Haman is not mentioned until we get to the book of Esther, which is basically posted about the end of the exile for the Jewish people after they were taken into captivity into Babylon. So my Muslim friends, are you up to the challenge? Are you up to the challenge? And how do you reconcile the biblical narrative and the Quranic narrative? I'm doing this to promote, a serious dialogue with my Muslim friends. We'll see if they are willing and able to take up the challenge regarding that and seeing that the scriptures are true. if the scriptures are true, then the Quran cannot be true. And that really is something that you're going to really have to confront. Just to, thump your chest and cry corruption. It's just not going to wash, because even when we look at historians are on my side on this. That you just find some historian that can place Haman in the at the time of Moses. It just can't be done. And so that means that your perfect book is not so perfect after all. Again, folks, thanks for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, just go and hit the like and subscribe button. And there will be more to come from me. We'll have today's Muslim Challenge. Might even have the occasional one on your daily dose of Islam. Also, I am planning on doing Let the Bible Speak. And there will be examining passages that Muslims often quote to prove their, prove that Islam is true. We may be looking at John 17:3. Certainly going to be taking a look at the high Christology of the Gospel of Mark, and where Jesus actually made claims of deity. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and may God bless. So we're just going to bring this to an end here, and I'll just say, praise the Lord and blessings on you all.